Hello, my name is Sunny Jim, and this is Sunny Jim's Hobbies and Garden Life. Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about my plant business and sort of giving a little sort of general idea into what it's like financially and sort of behind the scenes here. So, I started my plant business, the Devonshire Plant Company, about 2 years ago, and ever since then, it's just been getting better and better, and I'm really pleased with the plants I produce. 2019, I wasn't uploading anything to this channel. I've said previously that I had another channel. I will link it below. Um, yeah, basically 2019 was a learning year. I tried all sorts of different things, new composts, new fertilizers, new seed companies, until I sort of worked out what I liked, which companies I liked. And I've sort of got these companies that I go to: Vitax for fertilizers, Manor Farm, which is Durstans for compost, um, and sort of chemicals and that, which I don't tend to use a lot of, but slug killers are one of the things I do use a fair amount. I use a company called Doff. They're very good. They produce some very good, safe garden chemicals as well. So, as well, I have learnt the techniques and sort of I've made mistakes basically, which I'm happy that I've made mistakes, because when you make mistakes, you learn. And I found that out the hard way. I grew a lot of plants, spent a lot of money, and hardly got anything back from them. And I guess there's a multitude of different reasons why I didn't make money on these plants. First of all, it was a bad deal I had at the outlet I was selling to, but luckily I'm finished there. Secondly, I think it was just I wasn't used to the tenderness of some of the plants and some of the varieties I was growing. For example, I was growing cosmos, and every time I potted them on, they would just flop over and rot, and I just couldn't figure out why. And I just realised I was just being too rough with the plants. You needed to handle them with a bit more care and respect. And so that's what I've changed. I've now hardly had any losses. I would be lying if I told you I've had absolutely zero losses, because you do, and you just gotta sort of take it on the chin, really. And yeah, when you lose plants, it's kind of how it is. I would say my favourite part of this gardening is being able to produce something, so produce a plant and sell it and make money. Uh, okay, that's like two. Well, it's difficult to say I really enjoy making money, because I do. But if it was just solely profit driven, then I probably would be using a cheaper compost, um, which wouldn't be good, because the plants would be smaller and the quality wouldn't be there. But I would still be able to sell them. And so yeah, it's not profit driven at all. It's just making a little bit of extra cash alongside my sort of weekend job working at the Wooston Herd. So just bringing some extra cash along there, and it's something I enjoy. So yeah, in terms of figures, roughly at this rate, we'll be turning over £180 at the end of the year, probably more. I don't know. That's my prediction for this year. Last year, I turned over around, I think it was just over £130. And yes, I had a much bigger growing space, but I was losing plants left, right, and centre, and I just wasn't taking advantage of the market that was available. But now I'm much more intelligent. Well, I don't know about that, but no, I've definitely upped my skill and changed the way I work in order to become more profitable. Now, losses, in terms of losses and expenditure, I'm not going to talk about that, because I don't really write down how much I'm spending. That sounds really badly. That that sounds really bad. I don't, and I think that so long as I'm making money, and so long as I've got enough spare money to do other things with my other projects, and I can keep sustaining this, and I've still got money to put aside and save, I'm doing well. And once I start calculating expenditure and that, I panic, and I used to do that. I used to do that in 2019. I would sit down for ages and thinking, well, I would write everything down I spent, add that all up at the end of the year, and think, oh my life, I've just spent 50 quid, which it wasn't like that. It was something like £22 at the end of the year on not on composts. Composts I'm subsidised for, luckily. I say subsidised. I get a £1 discount on the end of my orders, on the end of each bag, which is good. So that's not adding in compost. I usually roughly probably use about 10 bags a year, so that's 30 quid. But compost is sort of, that's paid for by my work at the Roost and Herd. That's 2 days worth, no, sorry, 1 day worth of wage there. Just over a day's worth of wage there, so it's not too bad. Um, Again, I try to save as much as I can money wise, and yeah, so I would probably be more efficient if I worked out expenditure. But I tend to panic if I'm spending too much. I tend to think, oh no, what am I doing? And I tend to cut back, and I cut back until there's nothing left to cut back, and then I'm compromising on quality, and in turn profitability, because people aren't buying because the quality isn't there. And also I'll be upping the prices to get more profit at the end of it, and that's just not good. I don't like to do that. I like to keep things simple and sort of, I suppose, traditional in a way. I suppose you could call it that. um, anyway, so yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye for now.